Best of r/Tales from Retail episode 38. I definitely didn't have enough coffee in me for this kind of start to the morning. For some context, I manage a shoe store and we have the stock in the back. When people ask for shoes or we are filling orders, we get it from the back stock. It was a quiet morning and it was myself and one other part-timer working. We had finished all opening tasks and were basically twiddling our thumbs, as there was no customers. I gave her the task of doing online orders, so I could do some paperwork as there wasn't any need for me to be on the sales floor with her. She was processing an order and had taken the shoe out of the box to make sure they were the same size/good condition to actually send to her customers. She comes to the back looking for me, looking completely dumbfounded, and told me there was a knife in the box. I laughed because I actually have a terrible habit of leaving my box cutters in the weirdest places. She also has a habit of playing small pranks on me, so I assumed she was trying to take the piss with her shocked expressions and such. I go to the front and she looks completely grossed out and told me it's under the packaging in the box and was under the shoes too. So me, still thinking it's simply one of my box cutters, remove the paper, and lo and behold there is a steak knife, with blood on it and the stench of bleach coming off of it. Great. I asked to grab me some rubber gloves, to which she did, and I flipped the knife over. Maybe. Actually, I didn't know what I was thinking. Anyways, my initial reaction was to get rid of the damn thing. So I took the knife and put it out my back door into the recycling. I sat back down and actually processed what was going on. So I grabbed some more gloves, go back out and get the knife, and put it back into the box it was found in. From there I called the police non-emergency line. Surprisingly, they were there within the half hour to come and get the knife as well as ask me questions. We looked into the item to see when it may have hit my stockroom / if it was refunded. They tested the knife on the spot for blood and it came out positive, even though you could still see some on it. The item in that size had been returned to my store by a customer about 2 months ago. However, they left no information with us, didn't want to create an account with us. I wonder why. It was returned within a week of the purchase and unfortunately the customer also paid cash, so they can't trace a card. It may not have been this particular person. However, the cops think it could have been a way for them to get rid of a weapon. They will be testing the knife further for DNA and have been in touch with my loss prevention team to get my store's camera footage. I gave them my number in case there was anything further they need me to look into. They left and I went to get another coffee because WTF. 10 years of retail and that was that weirdest shit to come my way. Thank you. Next. This just happened on my last shift and I am still fuming about it. I'm mostly a self-serve checkout supervisor and I am used to comments about how the robots are taking my job. I mostly laugh it off, but oh man, this guy took the cake. He turns to me, opens his arms and says to me, "You're unemployed now." It takes me a few moments to realize what he says and he repeats, "The robots have taken your job, so you're unemployed now." So I am obviously not unemployed, and my job is to work with the self-serves to help people check out faster. He starts to leave laughing at me and says, "If you say so, but you aren't going to have this job for long. The robots took it." Like, why do customers need to be nasty like that? I'll get over it, just needed to get it off my chest. Thank you. Next. This holiday season was recently my 3rd year at my store and my 4th holiday season. I started around Black Friday my 1st year. For my company, we were running a promotion where if you bought $75 in gift cards, you got an additional $25 to use after Christmas free of charge. For these gift cards, we had specific brightly colored promo cards that were thinner than the usual cards, and only these could be used for the promo. We ran it online too, but in my store that was really busy, we ran out. About a day after we ran out, I had a person come up to my register. We'll call him Robert. Robert comes up to my register and says, I want to do a 75 gift card so I can get the additional 25. I'm sorry, but we ran out of the $25 gift cards. You can do an online purchase and still get the promo. You just won't get a physical gift card. I can also call a nearby store if you want to see if they can save one for you. What do you mean you ran out? You have plenty. Yeah, plenty of gift cards, just not the promo ones. I made sure to carefully explain the difference to him. We have regular ones, But for this promo we had some thinner and brightly colored gift cards that would only work for this promo. I can't use any gift card. It has to be one of the promo ones. Robert is stunned and mad. He demands, no. Here's what you will do. You're going to use one of the plain gift cards and it'll give me the $25. Except, it won't. When we ran these promo cards, you had to press the balance inquiry/promo enable button, which you would then swipe the card. It was only for the promo cards, which I explain. It won't work. That button only works and enables the promo gift cards. It doesn't do anything to plain gift cards. Robert is now more annoyed and mad and in the most condescending tone possible, like he was explaining to a child and emphasizing every sound. He says, number. You are not understanding this. What you are going to do now is order a gift card with the $25 and send IT to ME. This is literally not possible in our POS system. There is no way that we can order a promo gift card. I'm sorry, but this isn't possible in our system. There is literally no way for us to order this gift card. The only way you can do it is by just buying one online. He still doesn't get it, and in the same condescending tone. You will order a gift card and send it to me. That is not possible in our system. The only thing you can do to get the free $25 is to buy it online. We have no way of selling digital gift cards in store. He just gives up and huffs and puffs. Whatever. He then just angrily gathers up his coat and wallet and takes the inactivated and empty gift card and speeds past the registers and leaves the store. I just stand there at my register as he storms there away, and once he leaves, I give the rest of the cashiers a look and shrug my arms. For whatever reason, this seemed to be a common issue, because in the last few days leading up to Christmas while we were out of cards, we had several angry customers at US for not having more promo gift cards. It was apparently hard to comprehend that there were special gift cards for this promotion. Thank you. Next. I'm a customer service manager for a high-end grocery store that recently got bought out by the richest man in the world. Because of this we have a rewards program promoting the premium service offered by the other company's platform. I'm sure you can all see where this is going. There's a couple that's been shopping at my store for decades, way before all of this. He's cool, but she's one of the most neurotic and cheapest people I've ever dealt with in my 20 years of customer service leadership experience. She openly brags about how he won her heart by running after her and picking up all the litter she used to drop on the street. We'll call her T and him G. There's currently a promotion on energy bars that are buy 2 get 1 free. All is calm in my realm until T runs up to me frantic that G is freaking out about how my 60-year-old cashier is frustrated and doesn't understand how the promotion works. Okay, transaction has gone through, let's figure it out. They bought 10 bars, and 3 were taken off the bill. Easy peasy. Or so I thought. T is freaking out and can't communicate anything properly. G is trying to help but is making it worse for her by unloading the bags to show me what the problem is. She's trying to math so hard and can't, and this obviously frustrates her more. I'm just standing there calm and listening, and she doesn't do calm, so I'm obviously making it worse by not entertaining her franticness. Finally they start using their words like grown-ups. They don't understand why they bought 10 bars, a case, and didn't get 5 free. I explained it was buy 2 get 1 free and the register activates the discount, and it's not buy 1 get 1 free. Buying 9 gets 3, if you buy 12 you get 4, etc. This did not compute. They compromise with each other to buy 2 more. Still completely confused. I have a line forming and keep repeating the same thing over and over. I told them to take 2 bars for the confusion and apologized for my cashier getting frustrated. I don't argue over $4. Of course I could have, but at this point I'm just gonna do what's gonna make my life easier and move on. They finally leave. 10 minutes later I get a call from T. She's upset the cashier forgot to apply her bag refunds after being dealt the credit card from her. I'm apologize and say we'll apply that next time you come in. She's okay with this but still very confused about the promotion. I offer to pull up the receipt several times to break it down for her again but couldn't get a word in because she was arguing with herself, G, and the dog who pissed on the bed during our phone call. She still doesn't get it and I'll have to explain it tomorrow, but for now she's gone. I'm fully aware that this is definitely not the most crazy or even borderline interesting story on this sub. but I just want you all who go through it every day. You are amazing and appreciated. Thank you. Next. So a post in r/Reddit reminded me of this guy from a long time ago. From my first job in auto parts, about 17 years ago. One day an older man came into my store. He was in his late 60s. He comes to me at the counter and says hello and slides me a piece of paper. On the paper is an order for about $12,000 in various things. 2 complete engines, several pallets worth of oil, starter fluid, hydraulic fluids, bulbs, belts, alternators, starters, lots of miscellaneous electrical things, much more. He's very quiet, very polite, and is very well spoken. It's going to take me a long time to go through the list and order everything, so we get to talking. He's a gold miner. It's not what he does, it's who he is. He hiked into the Sierra Nevada mountains as a teenager alone and found gold. Lots of it. Staked a claim and has been working it ever since. Alone. It's all he does. He comes back to sell and deposit and resupply as needed, and that's it. Never found love, except his mountains. No family. He wasn't ugly, or stupid, or technologically inept. I can't imagine how many nights he's spent sick and alone over the years. Guy was worth millions, had absolutely no use for it. Told me it was going to his favorite charities on his death. Came back to pick up his massive order a few days later and I never saw him again. Store manager later told me he'd met him a few times over the last 15 years, always the same kind of order. Then he vanishes, back to his mountains. Truly wanting for nothing. Thank you. Next. I was on till duty when a lady came up to me with a laptop. I was a bit shocked since laptops are handled by a different colleague, whose duty was to try to upsell packages to the customer. There was a manager from a sister store that was helping out for the January sale. I asked the manager what should I do with the tablet. He told me to ask the store manager, so I did. She came with me and then proceeded to ask the customer to point out the colleague who had given them the laptop. The customer did so. I processed the sale as normal. The customer didn't want any additional packages. I then overheard the manager discussing the incident. I caught snippets of them saying they were going to check the camera. I also heard that the colleague at the door thought that the customer had bought the laptop. I gave a heads up to the aforementioned colleague. About 5 minutes later, the manager called him into their office and I hadn't seen the colleague since. However, the incident was discussed in the next day's briefing, with the manager saying to never give the customer laptops or untagged products as they can easily be stolen. Thank you. Next. I work at a major tech retail company, but our cash registers frequently freeze. This happened during my last day. The customer champion was on cash registers working in the middle register and I worked at the end one. I had just returned from lunch break and when I tried my tills refused to log me in. The middle tills was also not processing the sale. I tried logging into the other cash register opposite my customer champion to the same result. The manager called tech support but the problem resolved about 5 minutes later. But it was an awkward 5 minutes where I have to tell customers that my system is currently frozen and I can't do anything at the moment.